Podsmashers of the internet, and welcome to another episode of
80-bit Podsmash,
where gaming goes to grab a beer. We are your hosts, Termite and
Penguin.
And today is our first episode ever with our brand new sound recording equipment.
What? Yeah.
We now have 2 microphones and an interface.
80-bit Podsmash got an upgrade, so hopefully this results in a increase in quality for y'all.
Yep, it's got a preamp. We can control each other with so better post-processing editing capabilities.
It's recording us in separate tracks, meaning if one of us coughs, the other one can edit it out later in post, and we can still hear the entirety of what the other person said, as opposed to having cut some of it out, as I'm sure you guys have heard before, or just leaving most of the cough in there. We don't have to do any of that now.
Nope. We're good to go.
Now we can just make it a seamless experience for you guys.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
What are we drinking tonight?
We are drinking beers.
Yes, we actually have 2
beers.
different ones this time.
Again, because the past couple of weeks I feel like that's been the case because you've loaded up.
Yep.
And have been providing the beer recently, which I hella respect. But yeah, so
thank you.
I have got a Dogfish Head Midas Touch. It's an ancient ale, which I didn't even know was a thing. But
so how old is that?
Ancient.
It's not the style; it's its actual age is ancient.
Yeah, I guess they must have uncovered casks of it in the Dead Sea Scrolls or something. I don't know.
Cool, and it's not poison.
It uses an ancient strain of barley wine. Oh no, it's made with ingredients found in 2,700-year-old drinking vessels.
Nice.
In the tomb of King Midas. So it's got barley, honey, white, muscat, grapes, and saffron. So it just uses ancient ingredients, but not actually ancient, like an ancient recipe, not ancient ingredients. Yeah. So, but it's good.
It's made by Dogfish Head, my favorite brewery.
Very flavorful without being hoppy and stuff. I like it. Makes me feel like I'm some Grecian king.
Oh, fancy. I'm drinking another one of Goose Island's Green Line Pale Ales, which I've had a couple episodes back. It is a solid go-to beer. It was part of the 12-pack variety that I bought. So this is an awesome pale ale. It's not as hoppy as their IPA, and it's really smooth, juicy, and citrus. I love it. It's good stuff.
Sweet. So what is going on today? Wait, I know. It's going to be your birthday now.
It is.
We're both summer babies.
We are.
Yeah. We have a lot in common.
How about that?
So that's why we have to solidify our identities as an insect and a flightless bird.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we can distinguish ourselves because we're both summer babies named Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Would never be able to tell us apart if it wasn't for the pseudonyms.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's going to be a birthday.
Yeah, your birthday.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be fun.
Do you have any plans so far? I know that we're recording this still pretty far out. Okay. Yeah.
Nothing confirmed.
Gotcha.
I like the idea of going downtown to hit different restaurants and get different appetizers and drinks along the way.
Ooh, a bar crawl would be awesome. We should totally do a bar crawl.
I've never really done an official bar crawl.
Yeah, neither have I. That's what I would like to do. And I think we have enough bars in Fredericksburg that we could get away with it.
Yep, and there's even those brewery tours with the buses.
Yeah.
You can do rent a bus and get a brewery tour.
Oh, yeah,
That'd be kind of fun, too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We'll see what we do. See what happens. I'd like to play some video games, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I always take a day off work, so I'm going to take a day off Friday.
Yes, this was today for me, was my day, post-birthday day.
Yep.
To recover. Unfortunately, I spent much of the day catching up on chores as well, including...
You didn't need a recovery day. You needed a fun day.
Yeah, a fun day. Recovery was not the right word. The right word was...
I was going to say, you didn't do anything yesterday to
catch up on playing video games that I wasn't playing, like the single-player games I've been playing. Like the games, my games. Because I got to play our games, shared games, on Friday, which is what I wanted to do. Not Friday, Saturday. But then I also wanted sometimes just play Uncharted for a couple hours and play other things. So... Yeah. I didn't get to play any video games today yet. No.
None.
Sorry.
Not a little bit.
Yeah.
Not even yet. Hopefully I'll platinum on, I'm just going to say platinum Uncharted, because that's all I've been platinuming is Uncharted for the last year. No, hopefully I'll be able to try out platinum God of War soon.
Oh, yeah.
I did dabble with that a little bit yesterday.
Cool.
So I still have a little bit more work to do, some more collectibles to hit, and then I'll have it. So
yay!
I need 2 good play sessions.
Yeah.
If I can get 2 good 2 or 3 hour sessions in front of the console, I'll have it.
It's surprisingly easy platinum. I got it, and I don't platinum anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was having fun doing all the stuff.
That's how Horizon Zero Dawn is.
Yeah.
It's just fun to do it all.
Yeah,
it's not super difficult. There's no grindy things and unnecessary crap.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It's just enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's the kind of sweet spot for me.
Yeah.
So
that's what I love.
Sweet. All right. Well, while we're talking about our favorite thing to do in video games, why don't we move on and talk about our
Doing this podcast is our favorite thing. Doing this podcast is our favorite thing. That sounds really cool with headphones
really
on.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So we
feel
have
like
headphones on now. We actually can hear
we're
ourselves.
actually monitoring our sound as
We
well
are.
now, too.
So if I talk too close to the mic, I can pull the mic away. Or if I'm spitting all over you, I can remove the mic. And
Yes.
know.
This increase in quality was brought to you by my dear wife, Macy, who got me this interface for my birthday.
And the microphones are brought to you by Evan Grace Fellowship.
Yeah, our church.
In Fredericksburg.
Because we had the interface and we're like, well, we can't really use it until we get some mics. And we priced it out and it was like, oh, that's a lot of money. And we happened to be having that conversation around one of our elders. And he was like, yo, you guys could just borrow ours. We're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
So there are only stipulations that we have to bring them every Sunday.
Which
They're
is
like,
not a problem.
You can check them out every Sunday, but you also have to check them back in every Sunday,
Yep.
which is, it's
And
just
take
because
care
they're
of them.
backup mics. Yeah.
Treat them-
Oh, absolutely.
Treat them with respect.
Well, that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're borrowing someone else's
Or
equipment.
replace them.
Right. So yes, that's what. So now we have this sort of increase in quality. But aside from that being our shared favorite thing right now,
Yeah.
we favorite things is a segment that we like to do where we just kind of catch y'all up on the thing that we're digging this week, the one or two things from pop culture or from our lives that we just love or love this week and want to share with you. So, do you have a favorite thing?
Nope.
Okay, I have a favorite thing.
Lay it on me.
All right, so I mowed the lawn today. That's not my favorite thing. That's my least favorite thing.
Oh, you may have reminded me of one.
Because I spent some time mowing the lawn today. Because I had to mow the entire lawn and because I had let it go for a little while using the excuse of it's my birthday and I don't want to mow the lawn. And also it's been really rainy, thunderstormy recently. My front yard's a swamp and also the grass has gotten really high. So it took forever to do that today. And long story short, me and my white penguiny complexion resulted in getting extremely sunburned. So I'm
How is this a favorite thing?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
My favorite thing is I've had this bottle of this lotion for years that I put on every time I've got a sunburn, and it's got like aloe and moisturizers in it and like vitamin E. It's got like everything that's possibly good for your skin just kind of cram packed into this lotion. It's called Ocean Potion.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
I don't remember what it's actually called, but I always call it my Ocean Potion Magic Lotion, and
Of course.
it is amazing. So right now I'm like, we've got a layer of Ocean Potion between my clothes and my skin, and it's like,
It's got that cooling sensation.
it's real cool.
Methane or
Yeah.
methanol or whatever they use.
Yeah, I'm like, because like everything, I feel dry and cracked and dehydrated and just gross. So having that like lathered on my skin, I'm just like, so it's nice. So the sunburn's not great, but my favorite thing is that this wonderful lotion that I've had for years is like my best friend. It's like a close friend.
All right. The only thing I can think of as far as a favorite thing is we had a crazy weekend. Lots
We
of good
did.
things happened.
Yeah.
Lots of fun stuff. We celebrated birthdays. I don't even remember what else happened, but I did.
Westworld
Westworld season finale.
Yeah.
That's in the ranking. It was
Nuts.
intense. I had a lot of more questions than I should have.
Yeah,
Because I'm stupid. I'm one of them dumb kids.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? I got caught out in a thunderstorm mowing the grass yesterday.
Oh, snap.
It was a crazy storm. It blew in really fast.
Yeah, I actually, sorry, not to derail you, but I've been lazy and procrastinating and not taking in my trash cans. And I noticed that the storm blew in so hard and so fast, they'd blown my trash cans into the road and almost into my neighbor's yard. So I like popped my bathing suit on and just sprinted. And I was like yelling the entire time. I was like, crazy! And I grabbed him, brought him back in. I was on my way back with my second one that I noticed that one of my neighbors was standing on his porch, like watching the storm, and saw the whole thing. I like
Yes.
just waved at him, and I was like, I'm so uncomfortable right now.
You don't
Well,
get embarrassed. You don't care.
I
at
don't
all.
really. It
You
was
were
pretty
not
funny.
uncomfortable.
It was remarkable. Sorry, go on.
I was in the middle of mowing the grass and I saw the clouds and I was like, okay, speed up. But because I let my yard go too long and my grass was kind of wet from previous rains,
Yeah.
it also kept stalling my mower. And so I'm just like
Yeah,
chugging along
the
in the
worst.
backyard looking at the clouds like, I need to get this done. There's no chance to do it. And it's going to rain again. And I'm going to be like days behind again. It's already a jungle. And I got lit up like rain. And I was like, I don't care. As long as the mower's running, I'm
Right,
running.
yep.
Let's do this.
That's
and I was
awesome.
like soaking wet when I got done. It was so fun.
Cool.
It's like letting go of those inhibitions that are like, I don't know.
Oh no,
like,
my clothes.
Right, yeah.
As long
and
as you don't get your phone wet. As long as you do something with
Right.
your phone. Yeah,
that was my
that's
biggest concern. But I was watching it. It was in my pocket. So it
Cool.
was good.
Sweet. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing.
both have lawn-related favorite things.
How about that? Well, you reminded me of mine.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Cool.
there's something fun. But
Sweet.
Westworld would be the close second.
Yeah. I could probably get behind that. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's favorite things. All right. Now we can move on to our next segment, which is DLC.
Brought to you in HD with our new sound upgrades. Bow, bow, bow.
Why don't
bow.
you explain to our listeners what DLC is?
DLC is a play on words because if you're a gamer, you understand that DLC usually means downloadable content, which is an extra thing that you normally have to pay for that adds content to a game. It extends its longevity or it adds a feature. We, since our names are Dan, decided to do DLC for downloadable content because we, for the low price of free, are offering you extra content that is usually a side topic to our topic. Or a fun game, or a bit, or something else to talk about that's a little fun and amusing.
I like to think of it as a conversation you typically wouldn't have about video games.
Right.
So, cool.
There
But
you go.
it's going to be a little different today. I've got actually 2 DLCs planned. So you're getting 2 DLCs for the price of 1.
Ooh.
Remarkable.
It's like a season pass for free.
Yes. So I want to do 1 DLC in honor of your birthday, because we did one for mine a couple episodes ago. So it's not going to be nearly as long, because I didn't pick, what are you turning, 35?
No.
33.
What? You gotta back that down, homie.
32?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I didn't pick 32 facts like we did last time.
Instead, we did the fast.
Instead, I picked 3, so I'm just kind of rounding down to 3 for each decade you've been alive.
Ooh.
I've picked 3 different birthday presents or activities. And you're going to tell me which one of these are like dream things. These are like
you're going to give me 3.
I'm not going to give you any of them, but I'm going to tell you them, and you're going to tell me that of those 3 things, which one would you want? Okay. So this is just like a dream. This is like if money weren't an object, and if you just had like the best friends in the world.
So you won the lottery, and you're going to give me whatever.
And I'm going to give you one of these things. Okay.
I'm getting really excited.
All right. So number 1, a tour of the Nintendo headquarters in Japan.
Ooh. Okay.
With the opportunity to like meet Mr. Miyamoto and stuff. Like yeah. There you go. That's making it a little bit more cheering on the cake. Okay. All right. Number 2, your very own copy of the PlayStation Famicom prototype, the Nintendo PlayStation hybrid for your collection.
That is a.
Okay. And number 3, an all expenses paid long weekend at your favorite vacation spot with all of your friends, all of your archive games and consoles, and an open bar for the weekend. All paid for.
So none of my friends like video games except for you as much as me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna externally process my thoughts.
Sure. Okay. All right.
So this is why I'm gonna put that last choice as the bottom choice of the 3. It's amazing. It's awesome. But
all of your friends would be like, "Let's go to the beach. Let's
go do other things."
Okay.
So having the archive stuff would actually just be a burden because I'd want to play that, but also please all my friends and hang out. And play with them.
So you can strike that one off the list.
Right.
So now it's between the PlayStation.
The PlayStation Famicom prototype has no games. And what is working is just test prototype games.
Okay.
So there's no other than just like 5 to 10 minute little tech demos or experiences. There's really nothing with meat to it to enjoy.
Yeah,
it's a cool novelty to have, and I could actually monetize that as come see my thing. So that's kind of cool, but nothing like going to Japan and taking a tour of Nintendo and meeting Mr. Miyamoto himself, getting a picture and a signed. All
right,
awesome.
There you go. That's it. That's your dream birthday.
That's my dream birthday thing.
So whenever I or your wife win the lottery, we'll send you to Japan and
meet Mr. Miyamoto himself.
Hopefully before he dies.
That would be awesome. Don't even talk about that.
It's
never going to happen. Asians live forever.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be fine. Cool. All right. So we'll have to worry about you dying first, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Just sort of some casual racism for your podcast enjoyment today.
It's not bad.
I know. All right. Great. So that was DLC number 1, but there's 2 DLCs. So why don't you explain to them why there's 2 DLCs?
There's 2 DLCs because today our topic is going to be everything Mario.
Woohoo! We're doing another everything episode where we talk about one franchise and just talk about everything we can about what we love about it, what impact it's had. It's not necessarily a deep dive, but it's very similar. and we've done one for Zelda and one for Final Fantasy. So today we're tackling the big boy himself.
Wahoo!
Wahoo! Mr. Mario.
Yeah.
Or just Mario.
So our second DLC is Mario Trivia.
We're doing our tradition. We're doing the tradition with these episodes where we do the trivia game. So if you have never listened to one of these Everything episodes before, this is pretty straightforward. He's picked 5 questions. I've picked 5 questions. And we're going to see who comes out on top with the trivia. Knowledge of Mario.
And Dan's really good at picking out questions. And I'm really smart.
I tried to go easy.
So we have our strengths.
Oh, I'm really smart. Yeah. No.
Like, I have the nerddom of the
Penguin's
archive.
not smart
No,
at
that's
all.
not what I meant. It does sound like that. That's not what I meant. Like, I'm nerdy enough to, like, go research and read books and articles and things about Mario history and know all of these random facts.
Okay.
But you're also way better than me at picking out good questions.
Yeah,
so, like,
cool.
I'm just going to throw you facts, and you're going to give me stuff that stumps me.
Okay.
It's what happened in the Zelda one and the Final Fantasy one.
Yeah, it's true.
And you won both.
All right.
So can I come back?
Do you want me to go first since I'm the
Let's
reigning
do it.
champ?
Reigning champ.
All right, reigning champ. Here we go.
Go.
Number 1. What is the best-selling Mario spin-off game?
Mario Kart.
Yep. If you can tell me which one specifically,
The Wii.
I'll give you a bonus. Oh, snap!
Yeah.
2 points.
Actually, that's a real bonus.
That's a real bonus, yeah, because
All
I
right.
didn't know if you know that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, homie.
All right.
Yes.
So 2 points right out of the gate.
All right. I'm gonna throw you an easy one because I think you should know this.
Sure.
What's the original name of the North American Mario 2?
Super Mario RPG?
No.
Oh, that's a different game. What is it? No, I want to know now.
The Japanese Super Mario 2 was actually called. That's a different question. We'll get there. It was called Doki Doki Panic, and it was a game set in like an Eastern Indian. Like, have you played Mario 2 for NES? So there's like the snakes and the vases and like the weird. Everything's different. You can choose the 4 Mario characters. It's side scrolling.
No, I knew it's different.
You pick
I knew
vegetables up and like throw them, and the whole game is set in Mario's dream. That was originally called Doki Doki Panic, and they reskinned it with Mario because they thought that the actual Mario 2 that was in Japan was too difficult for North American audiences.
Oh,
And
interesting.
so they renamed it, but the original game was called Doki Doki Panic.
Gotcha. No, I want to know that. Wow. All right, number 2 from Penguin to Termite. So this is you got choices A, B, C, and D. Okay, so I'm giving you
Multiple choice.
Yeah, multiple choice. That was the one. I was like, what's that thing called? Multiple choice.
Everything goes out the window when you're recording a podcast. Common words? What?
How many units have the core Mario games sold? A, 150 million. B, 500 million. C, 1 billion. Or D, 240 million.
240 million.
Correct.
Yes.
What? 3 points right out of the gate. He's crushing me now. I don't know if I can come back from this, guys.
All right. You ready?
Ready.
Which North American Mario title was the first to give Princess Toadstool her name?
Okay. Super Mario 3.
No. It was Super Mario 64.
Really?
The intro with the letter
3?
was signed Peach. And it was the first time North American audiences had seen that.
Wow. All right. Cool. So 3 to 0. All right. Ready? What occupation was Mario originally designed to be?
His name was Jumpman.
Okay. Yeah, that was his name. But what was his occupation supposed to be? Vocation, if you will.
He wasn't a plumber until after Jumpman.
That's correct.
So I didn't know
what
he
was
had
he
a vocation
supposed to be?
before plumber.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Mr. Miyamoto had a specific
Did he?
thing
I
in
should
mind.
know this.
You should.
I don't know.
All right, guess.
A chef?
No,
I
he
don't
was
know.
supposed to be a carpenter because it took place on like a building.
Oh, scaffolding.
Yeah,
He was going up to... Interesting. Okay.
Carpenter.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Finally, first one you got
You
wrong.
did. You got me.
Gotcha.
What question are we on now?
3. I just did 3, and I went first, so it should be 3.
So this is the third question.
Yep.
What is the overarching setting of Super Mario Bros. 3?
The overarching setting?
Yes.
I know you go to like different castles and
From
stuff.
before the moment that you press start.
Oh, it's a play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one.
You got a point.
I got one.
That's awesome.
All right, so this can be broad. You don't have to give me the exact number, but how many individual games has Mario appeared in?
Oh my. Like 50.
Is that your answer?
Spin-offs too?
Yeah.
Or everything that he's ever been in?
Yes.
Yeah, 50.
Okay, that's wrong. He's been in over 200 titles.
Jeez.
Specifically, I did the math, 298 titles.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of games.
Yeah, I'd have never guessed that.
Yeah, check it out. You go. Actually, that one comes right from the Wikipedia. You can just look at just scroll down the list of games that Mario appears in. It's ridiculous. So,
Wow.
cool. That's 4.
All right, so this is...
So wait. Current score is you've got 3 and I've got 1.
Yes.
Yes, 3-1. 3-1.
This is the 4th question.
All right, I can still come back.
You can. What was the first time that a new Mario game was not available at the launch of a Nintendo system? What system was it?
What system was it? Oh, the Switch.
That's your first time?
Yeah.
Nope.
What game was available on the Switch?
There was no Mario title available for the Nintendo GameCube. It was
Luigi's Mansion. That's tricky because it was a Mario spin-off game, but I'll give it to you. But wait, what was for the Switch?
There was no Mario, but you're right. Mario Odyssey was Mario for the Switch, but it was late.
So I'm not wrong.
I said the first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
gotcha.
there was not the only time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair. All right.
Last question.
3-1. Mario shows up as the antagonist in one game. Which game is that?
Donkey Kong.
Which one?
Junior.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Donkey Kong Junior, 1982.
I was like on the fence between
4
Junior
points.
and 3. I was like, is it Donkey Kong 3 or Junior? Yeah.
All right. What's
right.
your 5th?
I'm gonna try. I have like 7 questions. But so you're good. Okay. What was the inspiration to create the quote warp zone areas in Super Mario Brothers 1?
What was the inspiration?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a Zelda game.
Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
They were called warp zones.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, you know what this is? It's a combo breaker. Because I got one win. Guess you got to win. You won.
Combo breaker.
You upset me.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Upset my...
Do you want to know my bonus questions? Just
yeah,
for fun?
I do.
All right. So the other one was, what was the single most sold Mario title?
Does that include spin-off games or just cores?
Just core games.
Super Mario Galaxy?
No. It was the original Super Mario Brothers. It sold 40.24 million copies.
I knew that, actually.
Because you did I had 7 questions prepared in case we asked the same stuff.
Yeah.
And so when you asked me that one, I skipped it. I was he probably saw it. And my last bonus question is, what enemy is speculated to be a parental figure for Bowser?
What enemy? Is it Lakitu or whatever?
No, but that's close. It's Magic Koopa. Or Kamek. Okay. The one with the blue robe.
Yep.
In Super Mario RPG, he actually, like, if you have Bowser in your party, he'll, like, make a comment that is speculatory that he is Bowser's kind of, like, parental father figure thing.
That's cool.
I raised him?
Mm-hmm. What? Oh, that's cool. All right, that was both DLCs for the day. So DLC is over. Now we can move into our main topic, which, as you have already heard and gotten, hopefully that primed the pump for y'all. We're going to talk about everything Mario. So we're going to kind of go through some things. We're going to kind of talk about what is Super Mario Brothers, because we realize we haven't actually done that with our everything episodes. For those who have never played the game or just aren't familiar with games in general, like, let's talk about, like, what the game looks like. And then we'll talk about we'll go through kind of our favorites, our rankings of the things we like the most from the franchise. We'll talk about our experiences with them. We'll talk about what kind of impact we think that this game has had on the culture. And we'll talk about the future of the games. So, cool.
Sweet.
Let's start with that first thing. What is Super Mario Brothers?
Super Mario Brothers is a video game franchise developed by Shigeru Miyamoto, spinning off of his success with Donkey Kong and who Jumpman is. He decided to make a full-blown game based on just him alone, and that kind of launched into another arcade game where it was like a competitive, like Mario versus Luigi in the arcades. And then when the home console, the NES, needed its titles, the Famicom, if you're Japanese, or the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES for Americans, they needed another title. And so Shigeru Miyamoto had this whole awesome idea that was completely revolutionary of creating like long spanning worlds that like side scrolled. And that was kind of the origin of Mario.
Okay.
He was a plumber, and like jumping on enemies was revolutionary, like trying to figure out the hitboxes and the algorithms. Like it was too advanced for the arcades, but they figured it out for the Nintendo. And so like being able to jump on shells and kick them and like hit Goombas and plop over them, and like being able to kind of go back and forth on the screen. You couldn't scroll to the left yet, but you could go to the right, and like the level would scroll past you as you went.
Cool. Yeah, I mean they're platformers, kind of on the basic. We'll probably do a deep dive on platformers at some point.
Yeah,
but they are platform games, mostly with kind of an emphasis on puzzle solving or like jump puzzles mostly. Which so very great. I mean, the first game that he appeared in, as we've mentioned, is he actually appeared first in a Donkey Kong game, and which one could argue whether or not Donkey Kong counts as its own separate franchise. Some might say that oh, Donkey Kong takes place in the same Mario universe, obviously. So those two characters kind of exist. They kind of coexist and come from one another. So yeah, because Donkey Kong, one could say, was the first Mario game because you play as Mario. It was just named after its antagonist, which is Donkey Kong in this case. But it has so many similar characteristics as Mario game. It's a jump kind of platforming game, and it's got a princess, not Peach, but a princess. And yeah, so that was 1981 was the first appearance of Mario, and then his first own game, I believe, was in 1983. According to Wikipedia, it was a different game, but the first Mario Brothers game, Super Mario Brothers, was 1983.
Yeah, that was the arcade game where it's like Mario versus Luigi.
Yep.
It didn't have like levels. It was a competitive game with score being the thing to compete for, and so like you would compete against your I don't know, the person you're playing against. What do you call that? So like, you and me would jump up in there, we'd be Mario and Luigi, and we'd be trying to kill the enemies faster than the other person to gain the most points. Yep. And then you just go like level to level, it looks a little different, and the enemies get more advanced, and it's trickier. So that was the one that came out in 83.
Yeah. So the franchise there's no other way to describe it other than blew up. I mean, like we said, the game's got, characters got
after
200...
the Nintendo version, the Famicom one, the first, that was in 1985. And so when you could buy Mario and take it home and plug it into your TV, that set the world on fire.
Yeah, it's just
they
that
call
character,
it Nintendo Mania. Even.
And that character is just, I mean, I'll talk about this later when we talk about the kind of culture and impact, but I'll say right off the bat, like, he's basically Nintendo's Mickey Mouse. Like, and there's the core Mario games, which are his platformers, the Mario game. That's when, Mario 3, Super Mario Brothers, Mario 64, like, those are his games. You play as him, and they have a very specific play style, you know what I mean? Like, they all kind of share similar characteristics. But then there's all the spin-off games, spin-off titles, which your Mario Tennis, your Mario Karts, your Mario Soccer. Didn't they have like a soccer game?
Like every sport.
Super Striker. And then Smash Bros. Is what I would say even counts in that. Like, Smash Bros., for all intents and purposes, is a Mario game. Like, of all the characters in that are present in that game from Nintendo franchises, Mario has the most representation in pretty much every game, I believe. Especially if you consider Donkey Kong to be part of the franchise, that just even folds even more into it. So, so we'll talk. The spin-off titles are different from the core games, but we will be talking everything. We'll be talking about them all because it's just a huge franchise. So obviously, there's going to be if we leave out games, let us know what your favorite games are. Let us know which ones you think were crazy to have never played before. We're 298 titles. We're going to miss a few.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So. Why don't you tell them now, because we like to throw this in the middle of episodes now, why don't you tell them where they can tell us about their favorite Mario franchises?
Feedback all over 80-Bit Podsmash at our landing website, 80bitpodsmash.com, where you will find links to subscribe to us on Google Play and iTunes. You will also find links to our Twitter page, Facebook, and Reddit, and we are 80-Bit Podsmash on those social media websites with no hyphens, no uppercases, lowercases, or any funny business, just 80-Bit Podsmash.
Cool. All right, let's start then. Move on to our next question. What was your first experience with the Mario franchise? What are your
When I was
fond
3
memories?
years old, you can go back to episode 0 and hear this again if you'd like. Sorry to bore you if you've already heard the story, but when I was 3 years old, my family had a Nintendo gifted to them for Christmas, and we had Super Mario Brothers 1. I was, again, 3. My brother was 6, so he could play it way better than I could. My parents were involved. They wanted to save the princess. That was kind of the whole deal. It's like, how far can we get before we lose all of our lives? And I was just enamored with it. And I was grabbing the controller, and I'm sure it was unhooked, and I was pushing the buttons, and I wasn't doing anything, but I thought it was, and I fell in love with Mario ever since. Yeah. And that kind of evolved into the real hooks of Mario got into me when Super Mario Brothers 3 came out.
Yeah.
And that's when I could actually play it for myself and like know what I was doing, and it was coherent, and that was like the best game I'd ever played in my life.
Yep.
That was my love for Mario right there.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't even know. Mario is one of those things where I couldn't actually tell you what my very first experience is because it's just been something I grew up with. You know what I mean? Like, it was either, there's like 3 options. Either it was, I played the arcade game, the Donkey Kong. It's either that, or I've played, or, had my closest friends. I don't think I had anyone who has Super Nintendo. Or if I did, I wasn't close enough with them to like, go spend the night at their house and play games all night, Yeah. I did have a really close friend with an NES. My good buddy Nate, I don't know if you ever listen to this, Nate Coulter, shout out, but he was one of my best friends. We grew up together, and so I'm pretty sure my first experience had to have been Mario 3, because I know he had Mario 3, and we played the crap out of it. And then when my mom got me an NES at a yard sale, and I'm pretty sure the game that came with it, that she got with it, was Super Mario 3. So
Yeah.
me and some of my neighbors, we just crushed. Like, would constantly play Mario 3. I remember playing that game from start to finish, and I have very vivid memories of almost all the stages.
Have you ever played Mario 3 with every single stage done? Like 100%ing it, so to speak? Because there's multiple routes,
but maybe not.
You never really need to hit every level.
Yeah.
And then there's the whistles that allow you to like.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I've done every level at some point or another.
Crazy. I've never done a single playthrough 100%. I know I've played them all like in different playthroughs, but I would love to like sit down and do a 100% playthrough where I clear every block. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah, I also had Mario at some point. I know I had the original Mario, so I know I've played a lot of that as well. And but yeah, one of the ones that like I always loved and I always wanted, like I always like lusted after my friends' Super Nintendos because I wanted to play the Yoshi one, Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, yeah. That was like, we're gonna get into rankings later, but Super Mario World was amazing.
I loved it. Yeah, well, that's fine. We can actually go ahead and move right on because that kind of moves us right into that. Then let's talk about Let's go ahead and do ranking. So we're gonna start with what are your top 5 Mario core games?
Do you want to go like 5 and 5, or do you want to go back and forth?
Go ahead and do 5 and 5. Like, yeah. So, okay. No, you do your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm going to start with the worst of the 5. So I'm going to start 5 with 5, counting up to the best. So, out of the top 5 Mario core games, 5th place is Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the newest one.
But it's up there for 200 games. Like, it's up there on the
It's
5.
awesome.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things about Mario Odyssey that I love that puts all of the cool things about the previous Mario titles together in one amazing package.
It's definitely a nostalgia trip while also being something completely new.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Cappy. I love the mechanics of being able to control enemies.
But getting into Ride Yoshi and go around Mushroom Kingdom and all that was pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Nostalgia trip, yeah.
Awesome. Next up is Mario 64.
Okay.
That's 4th place for me, so I find it slightly better than Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
The problem I have with that is it doesn't age well.
Yeah.
So, like, the graphics and frame rate aside, the game is mechanically amazing. It's like, how in the world did they do that with the technology they had?
Yeah.
Complete open world, approach every level the way you want, even though you've chosen to pick, like, star 1. You remember each star had, like, a name and a goal? So, like, each world had 8 stars, and each of them had a specific goal in mind. And, in fact, some bosses only existed if you chose the right star. But outside of that, you could still find the other stars in the world. Okay. So it was like this open world yet mission guided linear experience. It was amazing. Yes. So being able to the hub world, like Mario, like Mushroom Kingdom was awesome. I love Mario 64. 3rd place, Mario Sunshine.
Yes.
I loved Mario Sunshine. It got such a bad rap. But that game is so good. The sunshine, the tropical island, and the flood, and being able to hover and squirt water and clean up ink, and I love Mario. I play it every year. I fire every summer. I play Mario. Sunshine.
I haven't played it in years. I gotta borrow your copy then because I haven't played it in years.
We should do it. Yeah. It'd be awesome. I don't play through it all the way because it's so long. It's so big, but I fire it up every year, and I either jump into an existing save or I start a new one. Cool. It's amazing. 2nd place is Super Mario World, which we just talked about for Super Nintendo. So it had everything cool about Mario 3 plus more. And it had bigger worlds, more worlds, better graphics. It introduced Yoshi. So it had some fun mechanics with like the cape. You could fly. It was awesome. Better to me than the Tanuki or the tail, the raccoon tail that allowed you to kind of go up. And you had to like run first and do the P thing. Yeah. They've evolved that whole mechanic. So you had to run first and you had a cape, but then you could like back up and use it as like a sort of parachute to hold you up into the air and use this cool like it had a fun sound. Yeah. You could like travel the whole level and just fly. And so the Star World, like the whole bonus world where like you can unlock extra paths. So like you complete a level 3 different ways and you unlock 3 different paths in the world map. It's awesome, especially at that time. Yeah. So I still love it today, and that's a timeless game. I can pick it up and play anytime.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely.
And then my favorite all-time Mario game is Super Mario 3.
Yeah. So my list is going to be very similar, so I'll just blow through them because I'm pretty sure I don't think I add any titles. Okay. I think my titles are actually the same, which is actually pretty good. So the fact that both of us, I think, have the same titles, like, you got to check them out. But my ranking would be, I'd still be Super Mario 3 as number 1 with you. I would do probably Mario Sunshine next for myself. Then Mario Odyssey, Mario 64, and I'd finish off with Super Mario World. But all of those games, those are, well, you know what? Actually, I'm going to replace Super Mario World with Super Mario, the actually original Mario, the Super Mario Bros. Yeah.
Really?
And that's only because it's one I played a lot of, and it is a strong title. Like, it is a solid title. Like, it still holds up today, mechanically speaking. Like, it's not clunky for like an NES game or like an old platformer. Like, obviously the graphics are
Right.
You know,
It
it's
was the first one out of the gate.
yeah, very. Was it 8-bit?
Yeah. I mean, all Nintendo is.
Yeah.
NES.
But it's still very blocky. But it I think that mechanically it holds up. Like it plays very well, and I played a lot of it. So yeah. So sorry. So I'll knock off only because I didn't get to actually extensively play. It's a great game, but I never actually really got to experience. So I don't have as much connection to Super Mario World. So,
all right.
Cool. All right, next, let's talk about spin-off games. Top 5 spin-off games.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Okay.
5-1.
Starting 5.
5th place, Mario Party. The first one.
Oh, yeah.
It was freaking fun.
Ridiculous.
None of the gimmicks.
But also, Friendship Destroyer.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah.
Friendship Destroyer right there.
Especially the bonus stars at the end.
Yeah.
I worked so hard to beat you every game, and I still lost. Yep. Yeah, I love Mario Party. But the original, 3, the first 3 were so good.
Yeah.
And it was before they added any, weird gimmick stuff where, the boards had all these weird stuff going on. It just didn't. It was just a simple, dice rolling board game.
Yeah.
Mini game playing. The mini games were solid. I loved them. 4th place is the Mario and Luigi RPG series, and I had to put the whole series because they're all awesome.
Yeah,
and maybe I cheated a little bit, but it started with the Game Boy Advance, Superstar Saga, and there was I may have gotten that mixed up. But it's Mario and Luigi. There's one on the Game Boy Advance. There's 2 on the DS, and they've continued on. But they're platforming and turn-based RPG.
Yeah,
and they're hilarious. I loved all of those. So that's 4th place. 3rd place is Luigi's Mansion.
Yep.
Love Luigi's Mansion.
Remarkable. I need to play it.
Did you not have a GameCube?
No, I did, but I was just at that age where Mario was oh, this is lame. I don't want to play a Mario game.
Kid stuff. I want to play Halo.
Kid stuff. I wanted to play Zelda.
Oh, nice.
Of course, the universe decided
but
to
Wind Waker
screw
came
with
out
me,
and you were all I want the tech
what
demo.
What the heck? Yeah, no, absolutely. I was at that age when it came out. So now as a grown adult, people have told me about Luigi's Mansion, and we'll get to this later. I love Luigi as a character, so I want. So
you never played through Luigi's Mansion?
No,
before?
I really need to. That's why I'm really hoping.
That one night.
I know, but I'm hoping for a remaster from the Switch, though.
Well, they're remastering for 3DS.
Yeah, but I want the Switch. I don't have a I don't have a 3DS yet
for the Switch.
It should. It's a good game.
That was the biggest disappointment about the announcement.
Yeah.
One, yay, we're getting a redo of Luigi's Mansion. I can't wait. I'm personally excited. I have a pre-order.
Absolutely.
But the fact that it didn't come out for the Switch was what everyone was thinking when they announced it. They're what are you doing, Nintendo?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Go ahead.
I'll try. It's still me. 2nd place is Mario Kart, which we've talked about a couple of weeks ago. That it's probably my strongest competitive skill level. I'm the best at Mario Kart more than any other type of game, fighting or racing or anything else. I love Mario Kart. I have all of them. I've played all of them extensively.
Yep.
Yeah. My favorite one is Mario Kart 8.
Cool.
I love that one. And my favorite Mario spin-off of all time is my second favorite video game of all time, and that is Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars.
Cool. Awesome. This is going to come as no surprise to anybody, but if we can count it, I would say that my favorite all-time Mario spin-off would be Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So that would be number 1. Number 2 is probably Mario Kart, only because.
So you started with your best and you're working to the worst?
I am, yeah. I'm doing reverse that you're doing, yeah. So Smash Bros. Would be number 1.
Smash Bros. For the spin-off titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say Mario Kart is definitely up there as well. And I would say next would be I am really intrigued by Luigi's Mansion. And is it fair? Can I put it on my list even if I've never played it?
It's your list.
It's my list. I think it's again. I haven't
never
played
even
it,
played it a
but
level
for
or anything of it?
but for what it does for the franchise and how it focuses on it fleshes out Luigi as a character. It does a whole different it focuses on a whole underappreciated set of villain, the Boos, as opposed to Koopas, and Goombas and all that. No, let's focus, do something different with the Boos, and then it's like Ghostbusters. I think it's a remarkable idea for a game, and I really want to play it. So I'm gonna put it on there. I'll say
speculation.
Yeah,
you ready?
Go ahead.
The whole internet. I'm gonna set the world on fire.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm gonna be right. In 3 years, everyone's gonna be like #Termite was right. Luigi's Mansion remake for the 3DS is just priming the pump for the official announcement of Luigi's Mansion 3, which will be announced next year at E3.
Yeah. Next year?
Yep, 2019 at E3. They will announce Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch. To be released in the spring of 2020.
Would they then do would they do with it what they did with Bayonetta, where they did 1 and 2 as a collection?
Ports? That'd be crazy awesome.
Port 1 and 2.
But I'm not getting that nuts.
Okay.
I'm just going to get crazy
Luigi's
nuts.
Mansion 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
I
2020,
think
we're
you're
gonna have
probably
it on the
close.
Switch.
Yeah, I really hope you're right. Cool. So that's my third. Fourth is going to be Mario Tennis. I actually played a lot of Mario Tennis, like the
Yeah.
old N64 one back in the day. I don't really have a fifth, so
Did you play Mario Tennis Aces?
no, I
The-
haven't.
Like the test. Remember how they did the
No,
test punch
yeah,
for arms?
I know.
Well,
but,
the game's out now. It's a lot of fun. It's so
okay.
good.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's a little pricey for what you get.
Sure. But all right, I don't actually have a fifth one right now. I'll think
Really?
about it. If one comes to me later, I was like, oh yeah, but I didn't really think these out ahead of
Did
time.
you ever play a
Apologies.
Virtual Boy? Did you ever play Virtual Boy?
No.
Well, we have one. I need to do one little tweak on a ribbon on the circuit board, a cable ribbon thing, and it'll be perfect. You need to play Mario Tennis on that.
Oh, okay.
It's the best Mario Tennis game of all of them. I love Mario Tennis on Virtual Boy so much, and I almost put Mario Tennis as my spin-offs, and then I kept knocking it back, so it's one of my honorable mentions.
Okay, cool. Let's go on our next ranking. We're going to do a little smaller number. What are your top 3 favorite Mario characters?
All right. Again, working my way from 3 to 1.
Okay.
Okay, 3 is the Koopalings.
Okay.
All of like Bowser's little named lings,
Yeah.
minions, if you will. I love all of them, and they are in Super Mario World is when they were introduced because they were the ruler of each castle in each world.
Yeah.
And they've trickled them up to Mario Kart 8. You can play them all, and even Bowser Jr.'s alternate character costumes in Smash Bros. Wii U are all of them.
Cool.
And so they all have their individual personalities, and they're all quirky, and they can show up in different games, and so they're awesome. And they're not. I don't feel like they get enough airtime.
Okay.
My second favorite Mario character is Luigi.
Okay. Right.
Probably shaped by Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
And then my favorite all-time Mario character, I'm not going with any of the mainstream ones here, is Captain Toad.
Okay.
Because I love Toad. He's my favorite character in all of the Mario spin-offs that you can play. Any sports stuff, Mario Kart, he's my main. If he was a fighter in Smash, I would play him a lot.
Nice.
I love Toad.
Cool. All right. I will do the same order, 3, 2, 1. So I'll start with my third favorite character is Princess Peach. Love her. Like, I've grown... Really, it's just because of Smash. Like, I love playing Peach as a troll character in Smash because she's... Especially because when she wins, she goes, "Oh, did I win?" It's such a troll thing because she's such a funny character. But like, I like how they've been characterizing her in later games. Like, I mean, yes, she still does need to be rescued, and yes, she still always gets kidnapped by Bowser, even all the way up to Mario Odyssey.
Yep.
But like, then when you free her, she like kind of slaps them both around, and it's kind of fun. And then she's like, "I'm gonna go to all these places that you went to."
Yeah, she travels the world. You run into her again.
Yeah, so she's got kind of a feisty spirit to her. So I like Princess Peach a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Waluigi as my next, only because of the way he came about. Like, they literally created him just so that Wario could have a tennis partner. Partner. It was, I believe, his first appearance was in one of the Mario Tennis games, and so they literally just created him just to be a tennis partner for Wario.
Yeah,
and I just love how the internet has latched onto him as like a fan favorite character.
Yeah, they're like clamoring for him.
Yeah, everyone wants. The big thing right now is everyone is so sad that Waluigi has been left out of the Smash roster, and everyone wants
toxicity in the internet right now. They are.
It's actually becoming
alarmingly high numbers of negative things towards Sakurai.
Right, which is really unfortunate. So we do not condone that behavior, but I do still like the phenomenon. Like, the memes that have come out of it are hilarious, pretty funny. So
I hope Sakurai doesn't put him in Smash. Just because,
to spite it?
Yeah, just because of the toxicity. It's one thing to give some critical feedback, be like, hey, we want we want Waluigi, and like create a petition and like sign it and say there's a lot of interest for Waluigi. But to like send death threats and like
it's a little too far. I
go after him
agree.
and attack him on the internet. So I hope he does not.
It would be really unfortunate if he was planning to do it all along and just reveal it later down. You think take it out?
Yeah, if I was him, I'd take it out.
Fair enough. I like the character though. I still think the character is hilarious because then they've done again. I'll just finish by saying that my favorite character is Luigi. What I love they've done with both Luigi and Waluigi is like Luigi specifically. They've just made him like the weird brother. Like, he is just the weird, like, between, like, Mario is pretty straightforward, just like, oh, I'm Mario, I saved the day, I'm the plumber, wahoo. Yeah, exactly. And then Luigi is just like, I'm gonna start, like, planking. And, like, his Smash, his, like, ultimate Smash, and I believe Smash 3 for the Wii was, like, he's this, like, weird, like, do-do-do-do trippy dance and stuff. Like, Luigi is just a nutball, and I love it. And then the same philosophy has gone into the design of Waluigi, is, like, he's, like, he looks like the classic like mustache twirling villain, tie the girl to the train tracks, but he's just like super. Whereas Wario is like Mario but like fat.
Yep.
Waluigi is like Luigi but like unnervingly, he's like Slender Man.
Yeah.
Like if you could combine
There you go,
Luigi
yeah.
and Slender Man, that's what Waluigi is, and I just think that whole character design is so funny. So I'm all about the Luigis. Give me Luigi and Waluigi. They are my favorite characters, my faves. So cool. All right, next favorites. What is your single most favorite item or power up? It can be across any of the games, spin-offs, core games, anything.
I loved the hammer suit from Mario 3.
Oh, nice.
You finally got to throw the hammers back.
Yep.
Oh, because they're so infuriating.
Yeah.
Those Hammer Brothers, they jumping around throwing hammers at you.
Yep.
And I don't know, it was cool looking because you had like black and chrome almost lined like helmet and a shell.
Yeah.
And it was really, really cool looking on Mario, and you could duck and look different and like throw hammers around. It was really cool.
Cool. All right. My favorite power up is the blue shell from Mario.
Yeah, I almost
Mario
put
Kart.
that. I'm so glad I
love
didn't.
it. I just think it's a remarkable idea. Is like the first place person, the person who is in first place gets targeted for destruction.
Yeah.
It's so great, and it's just so iconic too. It's like
it is.
It's it still feels like something out of the Mario universe, but it's so specific to Mario Kart. It doesn't show up in any other games I'm aware of, except for like Smash.
Bros,
Yeah. Cool. Single favorite princess. So, and princess could be any of the like female characters that all kind of look like actual people. So, I'm talking about Peach, Daisy, Lucina. Her name's Lucina? Rosalina.
From
Wow.
Mario Galaxy?
Yeah, the Fire Emblem character. Yeah, she's a princess. She's a Mario princess, clearly. Princess Zelda, whatever.
Yeah, just throw them all in there.
All the princesses. No, Rosalina. I would even say the mayor. What's her name?
Pauline.
Pauline.
That's the Pauline from Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I'm about to talk about that.
Cool. Okay,
Spoiler alert.
Is that your
My favorite princess is Pauline.
Pauline?
Yeah.
Nice.
She's cool because like Donkey Kong did kidnap her. And she was like up there, but then in Odyssey, she's the mayor of New Donk City.
New Donk City, yeah.
And like she's running things.
And
she's an amazing
strong,
voice,
independent.
And I love the way she's dressed in that red suit. It's like she's got it going on, man. You know what I mean? She's that powerful, strong female protagonist that 2018 has brought about.
Mario desperately needs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, even though mine is complete opposite of yours. I mean, I already mentioned it. Princess Peach.
Yeah,
she's my girl. She's my boo.
So. I wish Pauline was in Smash. She could be an Echo Fighter.
Yeah, totally. All right. Favorite villain character.
Mine is Magic Koopa or Kamek.
Okay.
The one I talked about earlier that might be Bowser's like father figure. But he always like shows up in random Mario games and he throws like magic at you. In Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, he actually sprays the bosses with magic dust that causes them to grow.
Oh, nice.
And then he makes different appearances.
So he's like the Power Rangers villain.
He was the one character in Mario. I wanted him in Mario Kart so bad, and they never added him. And he was actually like there was a early development screenshot of Mario 64, and he was in it, and I was so excited. And then when the game came out, he wasn't.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
No one can make.
Yeah. My favorite villain would be, I guess it's Bowser Jr. at the end of the day, but I really like specifically when he hides as the sort of Paint Mario in Sunshine.
Yeah.
Love that. Just love that whole thing. So, it is Bowser Jr. at the end of the day. I'm not going to pretend.
You've never played through Mario Sunshine?
I have.
You did. I thought you said you didn't.
Did I not include Mario Sunshine on my list? No. It's Luigi's Mansion I haven't played through.
And I was like, did you even own a GameCube? Because I was like, you didn't play Mario Sunshine? You said you wanted to borrow my copy. Oh, for a replay.
Because I haven't played it because I don't own it. Yeah, and I want to replay it. I believe I rented it for a week and just burned through it when I was a kid. Yeah. No, I've played through Mario Sunshine and I loved it. Yeah,
it was awesome.
All right. The last one is, what do you think is the number one biggest Mario-related mistake? It could be a single thing in a game or it could be a whole thing, spin-off game, anything, core game. What's the biggest Mario mistake?
All of the Mario games are amazing.
Yeah.
None of them are like, they should have done something different.
Yeah. So core games?
Oh, yeah. All the main core games are like solid. And they all have a place. They all need to exist in their own way, shape, and form. So the only thing I could think of as far as a mistake is like timing in what consoles they were launched for.
Yeah.
Launching the Wii U with New Super Mario Bros. Wii U on the heels of New Super Mario Bros. For the Wii and New Super Mario Brothers for the 3DS or the DS is just confusing, as you guys are probably like, what the crap is Termite talking about? It was confusing, and it needed a 3D core platformer to push sales.
Yeah.
And so I think that was a Nintendo mistake.
Okay.
By launching that kind of Mario title with the Wii U.
Yeah. I'm going to pick the low-hanging fruit and say the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, that's a movie.
I know.
Everyone knows that's a mistake.
Mario related.
It was a catastrophe. That was
so
worse than a
bad.
mistake.
Yeah.
But I love that movie so much. I do. I watch it a lot.
That's funny.
I love that movie.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I think gosh, it's so bad. Yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, they did a live action Mario movie in the
Everyone
80s.
who listens to this podcast knows
should
exactly
know
what
exactly what it is, yes. But if you happen to not, it's just it is a beautiful tragedy, is what it is. It's like a train wreck.
Yeah,
you can't look
really
away.
Is. Nope.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool. So let's move on. We have a little bit of time left, so let's talk about impact. What's Mario's legacy? What impact has it had on the industry and the culture at large?
I think outside of Dungeons and Dragons and its influence on video games in general, I think every video game today exists the way that it is because of Mario.
Mm-hmm.
It is that like foundational to everything.
Yeah, I mean, really, all the impact that I could think of is really around. I mean, the games themselves are in their own ways innovative, like you said, like talking about the hitbox and getting the physics to work out with the shells and all that. Like, amazing, great things they've added to the industry. But Mario's real impact, like the lasting legacy, is Mario is in my mind the first video game franchise.
Yeah,
like for all intents and purposes. Like that might not be actually true, but like he's the big one. I mean, like I compared him to the Mickey Mouse earlier. Like if Nintendo is the Disney of video games, Mario is the Mickey Mouse. Mm-hmm. Like, and he's just like monetizing the way of like monetizing a character, and using that intellectual property to like the fullest potential. Mm-hmm. Like that's what Nintendo does with Mario, and like you said, like for the most part, all the games that come out are quality too. So just like Nintendo, also, it's not just like they're like, let's just shoehorn Mario into everything we possibly can, or make like they actually do end up doing quality. Even their sports titles, like they're quality fun.
They're mechanically sound.
Yeah,
there's no random flipping. There's no super bugs. The frame rates are solid. The gameplay is fun to some degree. Some games may lack some content or feel like you're not getting your money's worth, but it's going to be fun in some way. All of them are. Yeah.
So Mario is just a lesson in how to make a franchise, like how to really how video games specifically can just kind of like he's a franchise maker.
And Shigeru Miyamoto paved the way for so many different ways of even thinking about game design.
Yeah,
because he comes from the idea of making toys and making them fun.
Yeah.
The first level of Mario 1, 1-1, is a tutorial level without a single word of text. Mm-hmm. This is how you play Mario. And it's the design of where the buttons or where the boxes are placed, where the enemies are, how they move, and what you can do. You press start and you're just Mario on a flat surface.
Yep. And you just go.
A Goomba's on its way, and there's some question mark blocks and boxes. So you're just left to your own devices to kind of jump and explore and hit, and then you learn immediately what happens when you hit question mark blocks and you get a mushroom. And now you're Big Mario. Sweet. Jump over some tunnels and turtle shells there. And you jump on them, and it becomes a shell, and you can kick him. And there's 3 Goombas right away to give you that cool, fun feeling of oh, that's what I can do with turtle shells.
Rush, yep.
Yeah, and so without a single manual or instructions, you have a controller in your hand. The level was designed to teach you how to play Mario without holding your hand. Yep. And that's just especially at the time, unprecedented genius level in game design. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that is the legacy that we see today in games.
Yeah, I mean it's so crazy to think that modern games are really, for the last 10-15 years maybe, games seem to have been kind of pigeonholed and defined by the sort of gritty Space Marine, you know what I mean? Your Master Chiefs and your Doom guys, just kind of this character, this sort of stereotype of what is a franchise supposed to look like. And, what's great to know is that, no, legitimately the best-selling franchise in video game history is Mario. And he has, way, infinitely more titles than the Master Chief will ever have, you know what I mean? And it's comforting to know that, no, this is really what kind of should define video games, and kind of does. When you think about a franchise, when you think about, in the same way that when you think about cartoons, you think about Mickey Mouse, or when you think about good quality movies, you think about Mickey Mouse. And that's kind of Nintendo's at the forefront of that with Mario, is they are producing, and they continue to this day to produce good quality games.
Yeah.
So even, with the Mario, under the Mario banner. So,
right.
Cool. So that's why I really think their impact is with just kind of franchise building and sort of the business that comes up around Mario. Cool. Yeah. Do you have anything else you wanted to add before we go to our last question?
Mario did it again with Mario 64. They launched all video games into 3D.
Oh, yeah.
They single-handedly created the open world genre that we even fathom today.
Yep.
was Mario 64. They were the first ones to do it. They took the idea of Crash Bandicoot, which was very linear, forward and back only, and they're like, no, you can go wherever you want to go.
Yep.
You can do whatever. You see that? Go get it.
Go get it.
You can jump on that. You can fire yourself from a cannon and shoot yourself into the sky and land on that small little platform out there just for fun.
Yep.
You can climb a flagpole and flip off the top. Like, amazing.
Yeah.
No one was thinking of this stuff.
Yeah.
And Nintendo just set the world on fire with the N64 and laid all of that platforming foundation for all of the games to come.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a single platformer today or an open world game has anything that Mario 64 didn't start.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, cool. So last question, we'll finish with this. What would you like to see from Mario games in the future? What's your Mario game wish list? I think you already hit on one, but...
I did?
You did, but go. We'll see if
what
you
was my Mario wish list?
Well, I'll say it then, because it's on mine.
Okay.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's definitely one I want to see. Yeah.
I have two.
Okay.
One is a proper sequel to Mario RPG, made by Square Enix and with Nintendo again, with a more focus on Geno, the character that everyone loves, but is never around again. He's the little blue wizard with the arm cannon.
Oh, okay.
He was a new character for that game, for the first one.
Yeah.
And so that's one of my dream games. Is here's another turn-based action RPG that's a true sequel to Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars. And then my other thing is a Mario Sunshine sequel.
Which specifically,
is both of those things are crapshoots because Nintendo never does, except for Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and those new Super Mario Brother quote unquote side-scrolling games.
Yeah,
they never really remake
the
Mario
same game,
titles or redo sequels in such a way that's harkens back to the original ones. Mm-hmm. Maybe Mario Odyssey has a little bit of that fulfillment, but if they come out with a new game, it's going to be something completely different with some new innovation. Right. And it's going to be amazing and fun, but I would really love to see Mario Sunshine revisited. Isle Delfino is one island. And a sea of other places you can go, and that whole open world, collect the shine sprites, the feel and look of the tropical islands with maybe a little bit more variation in levels would be sweet.
Cool. Awesome. I hit mine with Luigi's Mansion 3. That's all I want. Is there anything big picture that you want to see from the franchise, whether it's a spin-off game? Do you want to see Super Mario Gears of War?
No. No.
Mario with a gritty cigar coming out of his mouth.
I'm trash for HD remakes and ports. Yeah. So I would love to see some massive Mario's 30th anniversary collection of all of the core Mario titles brought to the Switch. Mm-hmm. And they're not just ports, but actually redone.
Yeah.
And so Mario 64 completely in Unreal 4 looking graphics. That would be sweet with the same mechanics. And Mario Sunshine, an HD remake of that would be sweet.
Yeah, I had talked about in our Zelda episode, I had talked about where I think that Nintendo could take a little bit more of a darker risk with Zelda, and do kind of something a little bit more story heavy and a little bit more with character development and just kind of a richer.
They did that with Twilight Princess.
I think they could go deeper with that, but I talked about it in the Zelda episode. I think the opposite is true with Mario. I don't really think that Mario needs to change in that direction at all. I think that I would love to kind of see. I would love to see more games like Luigi's Mansion, where the game is it's one of the spin-off characters and they have their own game. So I would love to see a Waluigi game. I would love to see a Princess Peach game. Mm-hmm. I think that they have all these rich characters and they've only picked a select few. Captain Toad, Wario, and Luigi.
We've seen a Wario game in a while.
I would love to see a Bowser-led game. Can you believe where Bowser's the protagonist? In the same way that Donkey Kong Jr. made take Donkey Kong's son and made him the protagonist. That's a tradition they have going way back.
Bowser Jr. is an offshoot character in that game. It's a Bowser-centered game, but you can play Bowser Jr. as well.
Yeah, Bowser fighting some other Koopa who's trying to it's all internal. We don't have to have him fighting Mario. Mario should show up, but I still think that a Bowser. Bowser is the hero. That would be a really fun kind of take. So I would like to see them sort of flesh out their universe a little bit more, but all with still the same tone, so the lighthearted, and it doesn't need to be deep on story as long as it's deep on gameplay. Yeah. So, yeah, cool.
That's what Nintendo is the best on, gameplay.
Yep, cool. All right, that is our episode. That is our Everything Mario.
Wahoo!
Wahoo! Copywritten.
I can't do it exactly like Charles Martinet.
Yeah, okay, touche. All right. So, as we had mentioned earlier, you can find us on Reddit. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook, all at 80-Bit Podsmash. Let us know what you think. What are your favorite Mario games? What fond memories do you have of the franchise? Where do you think the franchise should go? And, if you have a problem with any of our rankings, let us know.
Oh, I'm sure everyone has problems with the rankings. It's the easiest thing.
Yeah, it's easy.
If you guys can leave us a review on iTunes, that's like the best way we can get exposure on the iTunes platform. But also, if you could share us on Facebook and Twitter, or retweet us with comments, that's also helping us get exposure as well. We are a family-friendly podcast, so we like to be shared, and you don't risk like that
alienating people,
alienating things, or at worst you'll be, oh, he likes a gaming podcast.
Yep.
So yeah, share us, let us know, tell your friends and family about us. Try to expand our reach.
Yep, we're trying to do our part, hence the cool new equipment that hopefully increases our quality. So we're not trying to toot our own horns or anything, but we really want to put out good quality content for you guys because we think that you deserve to listen. So
yes. Thank you for lending us your ears.
Absolutely. So we will see y'all next week. Oh my God, Podsmash!